everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So we are here, we are at the end of 2023, and now that when I upload this video it will probably be 2024 because I've pre-filmed so much before filming this video. But yeah, I hope you guys are well. I hope you've had a great start to the new year. I'm going to sit down today and tell you guys my favorite makeup products of like 2023. Basically, it's crazy because like always I try so many new products and there's so many things that I love, so many things that I kind of don't like that much, which I might do another video for because there's a couple of products that I've kept that I didn't really like. But yeah, this is a video about positivity and I just have quite a lot of products today, and I'm hoping that I don't have to make this into like two parts because I don't want to bore you guys with so much stuff that I'm going to talk about. But I'm going to go through the different steps of my routine. So we're starting off with a primer. I just have one primer that I've been enjoying this year and I've pretty much finished it, and it's not a new product at all, and it's the NYX Professional Makeup Marshmallow Primer. I have tried quite a few primers this year, but nothing stands out quite like this, and honestly I have used it so much since last year and this year, and I still feel it is one of the best. I've been using it almost every time I do my makeup when I get ready for work. Not when obviously I'm filming these videos because these are just obviously first impressions of stuff, but when I'm using my makeup offline, like off camera basically, I use this primer and I'm pretty much finished. So I need to pick up another product. This one was kindly sent to me last year, so it wasn't like I was obliged to like constantly use it or review it and stuff, but I have just been enjoying this so much that I'm just happy that I've used it up so I can finally purchase like a fresh one. So that was the only primer that I had. So I am going to go on to foundations. I have 4 today. So the first one I'll talk about is Danessa Myrick. So I now have tried all 3 of her complexion like foundations, and this one has to be my favorite. So this is the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. So this year, well, 2023, I'm still saying this year because I'm filming this on Christmas Day, weirdly enough. But yeah, anyway, I have been trying a lot of her products this year, and especially her kind of complexion products, and I've just wanted to find something that works for me. And when I use the one with the bottle, like the long one, I really love that one. The color is way too pale for me, and I mean I've kept it because I feel like I can still use it if I use a nice bronzer or using my blush and highlighters to kind of get me looking alive again. But when I use this, I absolutely love it. I got the shade number 2, I believe, and I recently picked up the Yummy Skin Serum, which was the brand new one that came out in 2023, and I did enjoy it. I don't think it's the most amazing kind of blurring tinted cream, but I still really enjoyed it. But this one is like knocks it out of the park. I know that this is not a new product by any means, but I have just been enjoying it a lot this year, and I feel like every time I use it my skin looks good, and especially using like a minimal amount of primer under this, I feel like it will really get my skin looking glowing all day. So that is one of the things that I've been enjoying. These are like my top 3 now, so these are like my go-to as often as I can kind of foundations. The first one is no surprise, but it's the Aroma by Sharon Flawless IRL foundation. So I picked this up in Superdrug for £12. It's so freaking good. I talk about this way too often and I use it all the time. Again, when I'm getting ready for work or if I know I'm going to have a long day, I feel like this foundation will really do it for me. And I got the shade Fair Lady T2. I don't know what T2 means, Terminator 2, I don't know. But it could be known as something. But I haven't tried much by Uoma, and I don't know if they have ended their brand or anything. If they have, I'll be really sad because I have been enjoying like the Sharon C stuff, which is like the more affordable range. I have one of the products that I'm going to talk about later, but this foundation itself is so good. It really has a beautiful finish, it really lasts all day, and I honestly feel like this foundation is just one of my favorites. So if you can find it in your Superdrug or I don't know if they sell it anywhere else. Highly recommend this one. Next is one that, again, I don't shut up about, but I've seen everyone online talk about it, and it's the Maybelline Superstay Tint. This is the fullest coverage I could ever get out of a foundation, and if you guys have seen me without makeup, you know I have rosacea, I have very pigmented red skin. This will cover it all day. And even though the pipette is really rubbish, like this little thing just does nothing for me, I tend to just use it from the side, which is probably the most unhygienic thing, but I am the only one that uses this, but I tend to just tap my brush on top of it. But this skin tint, I think I got it on Amazon because it was so hard to find in the beginning. Now you can pick it up in Boots and Superdrug, but me at the time, I was so eager to try this that I just got it on Amazon, and I was just so happy that I have, because I feel like I've almost finished it, but there's still so much left because this is a clear bottle. I want to try and use as much as I can before I buy another one. I got the shade, I don't know if I can even find it, 16WD01, I don't think that's 03. I don't know why I'm going so like over the top with trying to find it, but yeah, I'm sure everyone and their mother has been talking about this, but it's a fantastic foundation. And then lastly is the NYX blurring, the Blur With Me Blur Foundation. And in the beginning I felt like this was very thick, it was very like cakey, but then a little goes a long way. And I have two of these because one I bought myself, and then the second one NYX sent me, part of the Makeup Addicts app, for me to try. But I got the shade Vanilla, and this is like the best shade for me. It looks orange kind of in there, but for me, I'm not using it today, but every time I use it, it makes my skin look pretty good, and a little goes a long way. Like I said, like it's the tiniest thing, but I don't think I'm ever going to use it up because yeah, I use it as often as I can. Obviously, along with these ones, I feel like all four of these foundations are like my staple, and I will be doing like a full face of my favorites of the year soon. I don't know when, but soon. And yeah, I think that these products are definitely one of my like favorites kind of ever, and ones that I know I want to repeat purchase. So now we're going to go on to like bronzer, blush and highlighters. So the only bronzer that I have is the MUA Bronzed in the shade Butterscotch. So it's not the only one that I've used this year, but it's definitely one that stands out the most. Another shout out is, well, not to say that it's one of my favorites, but it's another great one, the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer, but I don't feel like it's one that I drive to the most. But this one I've just been loving, and with this one it's only £6. Like, I think MUA are upping their game so much in 2023. They have just come out with amazing products one after another, and there's so many things that I've been trying that I love, but I think for me the standout has to be this bronzer, because I've really fell in love with cream bronzers in 2023, and I feel like this one is not too heavy because I, number one, don't really know what I'm doing when I bronze, and when I do bronze I want as little as possible because I'm not a fan of tanning, and I'm not a fan of kind of, you know, doing lots of shading here and there. So I just want something quite minimal, and this is definitely it. And again, £6, it's perfect. You can get it in Superdrug, you can get it on the MUA website, and probably Boots. I don't know if Boots do MUA, I don't think they do, but yeah, Superdrug, number one place to go. So let's go on to blushes, and we don't have as many as I would have kind of thought of, because I am obsessed with blushes. In case you guys are new to my channel, I like to look like a clown. Not right now, but I normally look like I've got too much blush on. But all of these are cream products, so what a surprise. I don't think there's many powder blushes that I've tried this year. There was the Glam Light and Nightmare on Elm Street one that I tried, which I did actually look like a clown because I put on way too much, but it was fine. I made it work. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Charlotte Tilbury one. So these two are kind of new. This one is an older one, but it's got the Disney 100 embossing on there, which is why I like it. But this is their matte blush that they came out with in 2023, and I really like how pigmented it is. It's super duper red. It's the shade Dream Pop, and this is in the shade Pink. And I got this mainly because of the packaging, because I have tried this one before, and even though it's not It's more of it's a highlighter blush, so you don't need two things. But with the applicators, I still am a bit wary about using them, again because of hygiene. And well, by talking about the tint, it seems like I don't really care much about hygiene, but I really do. But even again, using this one, it took me a while for the product to actually come out, because with the little applicator, it's the sponge, and if you kind of like just leave it a bit, I'm sure it dries up and it's a bit difficult for it to work. But these are so pigmented, and again, I know Charlotte Tilbury is slightly overpriced, but you can always use my discount. But then they're always doing some kind of sale. I know that they don't always do sales, but I'm sure during Christmas, and I know it's just Christmas now, but like in general for like Black Friday and other kind of sales, they also do bundles and stuff like this as well, if you ever want to get something. But yeah, these I've been really enjoying. And then I talked about Aroma by Sharon C. So this is their cream blush in the shade Flawless IRL. Again, you can get this in Superdrug, and I'm hoping that it is not leaving forever. These are crazy pigmented, so every time I use it, I use the tiniest amount. As you can see, I have given it some love, but every time I like tap like a sponge or a brush and I put it on, it's like an explosion of red on my face, which is again what I love. Again, super pigmented, really affordable. I think these are about £6, and I know sometimes in Superdrug you can get 3 for 2 and stuff like that. Yeah, I just wish they had a bit more like range, because they don't have like what you would kind of say like a full face, because they have a couple of bits here and there, but I wouldn't say it's like enough for a full face. So next we're going to go on with Beauty Bay. So this is their liquid blush in the shade Blooming. I think this came out in 2023. I could be wrong, but again, a lot of these products I've just been using a lot, and this one I've definitely been using a lot. I really want to get another shade, but I feel like I've probably got way too many blushes at the moment to even get any more. But yeah, again, I've been using this a lot recently, and just when I'm doing my makeup for work in the morning, it gives me a nice glow and it doesn't take off my makeup, which is one of the best things that I look for. And then next is a brand that I tried for the first time this year, and it's Dollhouse Cosmetics. So I got this on TikTok, and I picked up one of their liquid eyeshadows as well. Oh my god, they are insane. I got the purple one, I think it's called Hypnotize, I can't remember, but it's stunning. But this cream blush, oh my god, you get so much product in here. And when I picked this up, I did get it at a discount. I think I got it for like maybe £10, but you get a lot of product in here, and you also get like a really nice kind of like applicator as well. It is quite reminiscent of like a lot of the packaging these days with the doe foot, but this is in the shade Dragon Fire, and I think they've come out with some more shades recently. But I just really love the kind of texture and the way that it feels and looks on my skin, and it's a nice independent brand. And this year I've been up for trying as many independent brands as possible. I do have a couple of bits later on for independent brands that I will be showing. And then the last cream products for my blush is the P. Louise. So this is Glow with the Flow, and I think, when did I get this? I don't remember, but again, I've been using this a lot this year, and some of the shades I haven't really dipped into as much, like maybe this first one here, which is called Bound to Glow, and you can see it's like untouched, but everything else I've been loving, because these deeper shades are right up my street. And I feel like when I use blushes, I really want to just try all shades. I never stick to one that would just simply work for just my complexion. I feel that is, for me, a little bit boring. I like to just be adventurous with my shades, but with this one, it's a nice shade of like 2, 4, 5 shades, and I think you can still get this. I don't think it's been discontinued just yet, but you can always get them on like TikTok or her actual page itself. So that's it for cream. Let's go on to highlighters. When it comes to highlighters, I have quite a few, which I'm very surprised about, but again, highlighter is such a big step in my kind of makeup routine that I really always want it to pop. But one that I've been using a lot that's not new is the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter. I feel like this one is definitely being loved. Again, I've been using it a lot, so much when I'm getting ready for work, and it definitely gives me such a gorgeous glow. And I got this on Just My Look, and I think you can still get them they're not old by any means, but they're kind of not from 2023. So this is just a staple that I wanted to mention. Next we have, I believe these all came out in 2023. So the first, of course, is the Rare Beauty highlighter. This is in the shade Exhilarate, and I know everyone, I don't really think I've seen anyone that doesn't enjoy this. I think everyone has been really enjoying this highlighter, and I feel like that Rare Beauty are just constantly coming out with some amazing products. They've recently come out with like a skincare body care collection, and it's not really for me because I feel like a body mist and a hand cream is not something that I would really use a lot. But their makeup I've still absolutely been enjoying. I think next I really want to try their eyeshadow sticks because they look gorgeous, and I recently tried their foundation, which I need to give a couple more goes before I realise if I completely like it or not. But this highlighter has been the biggest staple, and yeah, I cannot wait to get more shades, but this is absolutely stunning. Next we have the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. So this is the Glow Glide Face Architect highlighter. It's like a million words, in the shade Champagne Glow. So again, another one that I've been using a lot. I use it a lot as an inner corner highlighter as well because I feel like it's really popping. I don't think there's many shades in this collection, which is a bit pants. I think there's probably like maybe 3 or 4, but then I know sometimes with highlighters it's quite difficult to do a massive range, but obviously I feel like Charlotte Tilbury does cater to a lot, like for all skin tones in my opinion, because I've seen you know, to some brands only come out with like 1 or 2 and it just really doesn't work. But I think because they're like a multi-million-dollar company, they can definitely come out with a lot of shades, and I feel like they, even for the price as well, like I think this was like £35 or something, I still feel like it's pretty worth it. Next we have the Melt Cosmetics highlighter. So this is part of their Nightmare for Christmas. I was about to say Nightmare on Elm Street, not quite, collection, and I was so hesitant about getting this, but I love Melt. They're still one of my favorite brands. They're probably not my favorite brand of the year now because there's so many things that I really haven't tried. Nothing has really like stayed and like been out there for me, but this highlighter is absolutely stunning, and the embossing of Jack and Sally is probably one of my favorite things this year. And I don't know if there was 2 shades of this. I think there might have been 1. So True Love Never Dies, but yeah, this is like one of the only things I got in that collection. I got the lipstick as well. The lipstick was way too dry for me, so it's not like a favorite by any means, but this highlighter I think is so like just so kind of nice, and what great vocabulary, it's very complimentary, which is what I was trying to say, I think, to all skin tones, because I've been seeing videos of a lot of people trying it out and I think it does look stunning, but this was just really nice. I'm not throwing away this box. So next we're going to talk about Face. So I mentioned them earlier, but yeah, this is their highlighting stick, and this is in the shade Light Lock, and I've been really loving About Face this year. I'm going to be definitely trying more products because I feel like they have so many on Beauty Bay and they constantly have like a sale on. I did really like their cream blush, but for some reason in my collection I couldn't find it. I know it's there, but it's just probably hiding somewhere, and I'll find it after I film this video. I know I will. But yeah, this glides on really nicely. It doesn't take off any of my makeup underneath, and it's very complimentary, and I think there's about 3 or 4 shades maybe that will probably work for, you know, a mixture of people. This one is probably slightly deeper than what I would maybe use, but I felt like, I think this was one of the only shades that were left on Beauty Bay when there was a sale, and I just had to pick it up. So the last thing is by NYX, and this is not really like a highlighter, but I've used it as a highlighter. So it's their Jumbo multi-use face stick, so this can be used on the eyes and the cheeks. Yeah, multi-use, and I did an ad with NYX, which was amazing. It was so much fun to kind of like go out and find these and film a video for them, and I just really like these. I've got another one as well, which I think is called like Blueberry Muffin, which is like a bright pink one, and this is in the shade Flan, and I love using this on my eyes, but for my cheeks I will simply just tap it, like kind of glide it on and then just blend it in with my fingers, and it is so nice, so complimentary. I think they're like £7, if that, probably less than that, but you get so much product because it just kind of move, like you can swirl it up and down. But yeah, those are my highlighters. We're gonna go on to eyeshadow palettes because I've got a lot of those to talk about. Okay, so let's go on to eyeshadow palettes, and I have quite a selection, so I'm going to kind of go as fast as I can and not like just ramble, because I don't want, again, this video to be an hour long. So first I want to talk about is the Dollhouse Cosmetics liquid eyeshadow, and like I mentioned, it is in the shade Hypnotize. It's a really nice just eye topper, and I got one from Trixie Cosmetics as well, and they were both absolutely stunning. This is definitely like a lot more affordable, not to say that that one's expensive, but they're both pretty good in price. But this I got on the TikTok shop alongside the blush, and I feel like the shade selections are stunning, and again, you're supporting an indie brand, and I love the packaging. Like I'm not gonna throw away this box. Like I know I've been saying I'm gonna throw away boxes more often, but the box of these are simply stunning. And again, Dollhouse Cosmetics are a brand I'm going to start using a lot more because I feel a lot of their stuff is pretty good. Next we're going to go on to NYX. So they recently came out with these eyeshadow palettes. Don't know why I'm holding it sideways, but yeah, I feel like their formula has really changed over the years. I mean, I've only tried their older palettes, like 2 of them, and I felt like the quality was still good, but with these, they're absolutely stunning. This is the first one I got. I think, no, this was the one I got, and I believe that they gifted me this one because I was doing like a Halloween look or something, and then they sent it to me very, very kindly. But this one I purchased myself in Boots, and I think you can get them for about £14-15. But the thing is, you get so many shades, and they're really, really pigmented. And thing is, the way that they've come out with some of the other ones as well, like this one is absolutely stunning. Like I'm not the biggest fan of like neon tones. I say that all the time because I don't use a lot of like neon colors, but this green is just out of this world. I think I remember wearing it to work one day, and people like, your eyeshadow is looking really great, which I was very, very like very happy about. But yeah, a lot of the neon tones do stand out, and for me, I think with any type of eyeshadow palette that I use, I always use my Urban Decay primer because it does give me a bit more oomph, but I feel like I need it because my lids get really oily, so it will just crease in about 5 minutes. But I feel like when I use them with these, they really, really help like make the products last a bit more longer. Again, the shades on these are great, and they've got about 4 or 5 variations, so these are also amazing. Talking of Trixie Cosmetics earlier, I love their Sweet Treats palette, so I had to order this from her website because they don't have it on Beauty Bay. I don't know if it's anything to do with licensing or just like the formula or something, but these are just so cute. I love this. And I haven't tried many of her palettes this year. I did try the television one, what was it called? The Nighttime Realness, that's it. And I liked it. I don't feel like it was one of my favorites. The blues are slightly patchy, but this one is just a really good like 4 shade. You can use all the shades in one go and have a really, really nice look. And Trixie is a brand that I love because I love Trixie so much in 2023. Like I've just become obsessed with her and Cartier's videos, and her makeup is stunning. I bought one of her new liquid lipsticks that I'll be using in a future video, but all the other ones that I've used, simply stunning. So next we're going to Natasha Denona, which is like 2 palettes that I own by her, but they're both minis. But this one I picked up in 2023, and it's a mini bronze palette, and I've been using this quite a lot. It's a really nice like everyday simple palette, and I remember buying this and using it after I had my like surgery on my back, and I was taking it easy like at work because I had to like go back to work like staggered. And I remember doing a review on this and then going to work and feeling really confident, like my eyes felt like they were really stunning. I know that sounds weird, but this palette, even though this mini palette is like £25, I feel the quality is really, really nice. And again, when you don't want anything too crazy, you don't want to look really bright and stand out-ish, I think these are really, really gorgeous. The other one I have is what I got in like the Sephora Christmas cracker, that they had like a Charlotte Tilbury, they had the Natasha Denona like bundle, and that one was all kind of like the neon shimmer tones, and I tried it once and they are stunning, but I feel like this one definitely knocks it out the park a bit more. Next we'll go on to Vive, and I've not tried a whole load of Vive this year. I think this one and one other product I'm going to tell you guys later I absolutely loved. So this is their eyeshadow quad, and this is not what I would say the most adventurous eyeshadow palette, because I have one of her bigger ones and it is really nice, but I love the packaging on this as well. Like, it's really high quality. I feel like some of her products are probably slightly overpriced. Like, I have tried, what else did I try this year that I liked? I used her concealer, which was quite nice. I haven't tried, I don't think she has a foundation yet, but yeah, I haven't tried many of her products this year, but I've been enjoying. Why is it not going in? I tried her cream blush. I don't think that might have been the year before, the balm blush, which is really gorgeous, but this is super stunning, especially for like a really standard quick eyeshadow palette look. This is stunning. Next we'll go on to quite a new one, which is the Melt and Baby Sarian. So I've tried this a few times now, and if you haven't seen my initial review, one of the shades turned up broken, so forgive me if I don't show it the way that I normally would, but these are crazy pigmented, and I didn't pick up the Nightmare Before Christmas one like I mentioned, because I felt like the colours weren't as out there that I would have liked, but I really like Bailey Sarian and I love Melt Cosmetics, and when I tried it I was super duper happy with the formulation and the shade selections, and the shade names are pretty awesome. And I know it's still quite a new palette in my collection, but the fact that I had tried it a few times and I've super enjoyed it, definitely had to kind of like make this list. So now we're going to go on to Odin's Eye. So this is the Jewels and Gem palette. So this one, again, I've started to use a lot more recently, because I don't know what it is. I really want to try more by them, but some of their shadows probably don't stand out as much as I would want them to. But I got the mystery box this year as well, and I absolutely loved it. It was one of the best one of the best mystery boxes I've ever had. But this is a stunning palette, and I also picked up the earrings that came in this collection, and I really enjoy Odin's Eye. And I, even though I'm starting to kind of doubt myself if this came out in 2023, but I've been really enjoying this, and I can't wait to get more stuff by them. I looked at their Christmas stuff and I was a bit like, probably not right up my street, and I watched Teresa's Dead review and she said they weren't as amazing as they've been previously, which is fine because I'm really happy with this one. And again, if they come out with more collection, which I know they will because they're still going actively, I'll definitely pick up some more. So let's go on to Altitude. So I've tried this palette and I've tried their eye shimmers, which, oh my god, the eye shimmer was absolutely outstanding. I tried that recently in one of my videos and it is gorgeous. But this Mani palette is stunning. They do have a new palette out that I haven't tried yet, but again, I'm still loving this palette a lot. Some of these shades are just gonna be out of this world, and the fact that some of these shimmers are better than some of palettes that could be worth like £100-200. This is an indie brand that I have been loving a lot this year. Altitude are becoming one of the best indie brands out there, and they have a lot going for them. I really feel like they're going to shine in 2024. I hope they bring out a lot more stuff, and I'm looking forward to trying more, so that's amazing. I'm going to talk about the Dark Fantasy by Beauty Bay. This one I haven't spoken about as much, but I've been really enjoying this formula. And again, that light green shade is like this amazing gorgeous duochrome that I feel like a lot more brands are doing now, but Beauty Bay seem to be just constantly coming out with some really nice palettes. And I got this on a sale. I think I got this for like half price or something, which is nothing new for Beauty Bay because they constantly have a sale on their own products. But I don't know if you can get this palette anymore. I don't think you can, but if you still have it and you like it, then I mean, I've been really enjoying this. We've got a couple left now. So now this is from Cosmic Brushes. Now they're another brand that I've been insanely enjoying this year. This Mousse palette, oh my god, I had to get it after a while where the hype had died down, because every time this was going out for sale, it would sell out constantly, and I think I had to wait about 2 or 3 rounds for me to actually get it, and I had to get it like 5 o'clock on the dot. But this is an absolutely stunning palette. I feel like this is great for again, like an everyday look. It's so like a mixture of colors, which I love, because I feel like if you stick to one color story, it probably won't work as well. And then their Gothic palette, which is the tiniest, most gorgeous palette ever. I actually wore this to work Christmas Eve, and this purple look that I made, I absolutely fell in love with. And a lot of people at work were like, your eyes are looking stunning, what are you using? And obviously trying to talk about like nice indie brands is so much fun, because I like to kind of tell people about indie brands, because of course when you talk about makeup, people talk about all the big brands, and all the little brands do get left behind. But I'm looking forward to seeing what cosmetic brushes bring out this year, because I remember when barely anyone spoke about them, and now they're all over the internet. Like, everyone is just losing their shit over them. But then the last eyeshadow palette I want to talk about is the Be Perfect Carnival Interstellar palette. Now, was this from 2023? I cannot remember, but this palette, I bought it late, like late to the game, but oh my god, this is just absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful palette. And I am so happy that I picked it up, because in the beginning I was like, I don't need it, I don't want it, because I previously picked up the Gravity palette, which I do really like, but it had most of these shades already. But then with other Be Perfect palettes, I have these shades already, like their all-star palettes, and even the other Big Stacey Marie ones. They're all very, very colourful, but I felt like I needed this palette, and I was so happy that I picked it up, because I feel like these shades, like these shimmers, are just, I'm just baffled as how they can make something so beautiful. I'm actually going to throw away the box because I don't need it. Again, a habit I'm going to try, a New Year's resolution, throw away boxes for my makeup. But this palette, just absolutely stunning, and I enjoy Be Perfect so much. I feel like they haven't brought out anything in a while where I'm just kind of like, oh my god, I need it, because I don't think I've really bought anything from them for a while. I know that they've come out with like little things here and there, like they've come out with like the muted palette and stuff like that. Again, it's just a neutral matte palette that I don't need. But yeah, that's my eyeshadow palettes of 2023. Now we're going to end on my lip products. Okay, so now we're going to end on the lips. So I have a few formulas that I've been really enjoying, and they're all actually, apart from one, they're all liquid lipsticks, because what a surprise, I love wearing liquid lipsticks more than anything else. So the first formula I want to talk about is the NYX Professional Makeup Smooth Whip. So these two are just really, really great. I can't even talk right now, I've been talking so much today. This one I picked up because the shade is just something different, and I've really been enjoying the color. Like, I love wearing alternative colors, because when I go to gigs I like to look quite alternative, because that is just me as a whole. But then this shade, which is called Latte Foam, I've been using this a lot for kind of just like a natural look, but this is actually called Berry Bed Sheets. It's a weird name. But yeah, they're literally what they say they are, which is smooth whip. So it is like a whippy formula, but they're lip creams, and they're not too like heavy, and they're really, really nicely and soft on the lips. They don't completely dry down, so if you're not a fan of that, I mean, they might not work for you, but I think the formulas are just amazing. Next we'll talk about Fenty, and oh my god, this lipstick is just one of my favorites of the year. It makes my lips look amazing, and they actually make them look much fuller than they are. This is in the shade HBIC, and I wear this all the freaking time. When I want a nice vampy red look, I absolutely love wearing this, and the fact that it dries down pretty quickly, it lasts a really, really long time. I do sometimes have to top it up, because when I drink coffee and when I'm eating, it will slightly transfer, but I don't feel it becomes clumpy. So obviously when you add liquid lipstick on top of a dry lipstick, it can become quite lumpy, but I feel like this doesn't do that, and it is like the nicest color. I think I might have to pick up another shade if it's on sale, because the formula is just so damn good. Next, one of my favorites is Huda Beauty. Like, this is obviously not a new product, but the formula I've tested for the first time this year. I think this was like the new formula, because previously when she first started getting bigger, I tried some of her like neutral lipsticks, and this shade I believe is called Miss America, And again, this is another lipstick that lasts all day. It does slightly clump when you add multiple layers, so I try to avoid it as much as I can, because there's nothing worse than having like clumpy lipstick when you're at work and just trying to like eat or things like that. But the formula is absolutely stunning. Next we have two by About Face. So I first tried this kind of like clicker balm, but I think when I picked this up in the kind of summertime, I felt like it melted, because when I put it on, it literally just like exploded all over my lip, and it was just a bit of a mess. But I feel like now it's slightly kind of like dried up, but it still is very balm like. So if you put it on, be very careful, because I feel like if you put on a lip liner and then you kind of tap this in and blend it in, it will be fantastic, because it's not your typical lipstick where you would put it on and it kind of is a solid product. It's a very soft and balm product, so it will literally explode when you put it on your lips. And then I've got the liquid lipstick that I picked up quite recently, but I really like the formula, in the shade Unforgettable Season. This is called Cherry Pick, and this is tiny, but it is very, very pigmented. And I really want to try her liquid eyeshadows as well, because they're shaped the same, but they're different kind of style. But yeah, I got this on Cult Beauty, I believe, because it was about £10, £12 or whatever. And yeah, it's a mattified lipstick and it's very, very cute. The doe foot is tiny, but it's great for precision, and the formula is, like I said, not too drying. It's very comfortable, and it takes a minute or two for it to dry down, but it's not like a major issue if you're still kind of getting ready. So these formulas are great. I've got two left now. So one of my favorites this year has been Lisa Eldridge. This is like this is like the second product I've got by her, because the other one is a lipstick, and it's the Bullet lipstick, but this is her liquid lipsticks, and this is in the shade Jazz, and this is a beautiful like vampy shade that I love using, and I feel like this formula is absolutely stunning. I feel with this it's quite similar to like the Huda one, where if you layer it, it does become quite clumpy, and there are different ways that you can use this. You can like wear it as a light tone, or if you build it up, it becomes very, very pigmented, and I would love to buy more shades, but I feel like, I think for this it's about £20 or £25 or whatever, which is a bit more high end, because her products are not like as affordable as I would hope, but I'm a cheapskate, so that's nothing new. But yeah, I love this formula a lot. And then last is a Vive Bullet lipstick. So this is the satin lipstick, and I was pleasantly surprised about how gorgeous this looked. And I'm not trying to like offend any brands or whatever, but I didn't feel that it would have been that amazing. And this is so gorgeous. When I wore this, I felt so happy, and I love this lid as well, because it's like magnetic, what? Magnetic. Why have I got a weird accent? Yeah, I just really love this. It's in the shade Deep Love, and I think there's about 5 different shades, and I picked this up in Space NK because you can get it there as well as her website, and I think Harrods as well. So yeah, multiple places. But yeah, I've just really enjoyed this. It's not really often that I wear satin lipsticks, but it's super comfortable. It's really creamy, so again, it will transfer straight away if you drink something or eat something. But yeah, it's just a really nice formula, and that is it, guys. I can't believe I made it to almost 40 minutes of me talking about makeup. It's crazy, because I have just been having a whirlwind of a year. Like, my channel is still at the kind of where it is, but you know, I'm happy. I'm always getting some subscribers, and I'm so appreciative of you guys, the ones who watch and comment all the time. You know, I'll always reply to you guys, and you know, a lot of you are who I would call my friends, which is so just amazing. Like, the support is so great, and this year for makeup has been, again, an interesting one. There's not really been stuff that I've been like, oh my god, this is like changing the face of makeup. I think makeup is so like a saturated company and thing now, that everyone is coming out with their own makeup brands. There's so many like celebrity ones, and you know, so many indie brands that deserve like so much more recognition. And yeah, I just think it's been a good year for makeup, and of course next year I'm excited to see what's coming. And yeah, that is my kind of roundup of the year. Again, I appreciate you who watch this, and comment and like and subscribe and just everything. It means the world. This channel is a hobby. It's not something that I am looking to as a career. I mean, I'd love to have it as a career. That's everyone's dream, but I know anytime soon it's not going to happen. But I just appreciate you guys like listening to me and just kind of being there, if that makes sense. Those views and counts, they matter a lot. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there. And I appreciate you again sitting down, listening to me ramble on, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.